It's not hard to be really good at it. I appreciate the accolades and everything, but you can't be good by yourself. You have to have someone around you. Any actor here will tell you, the better the actors around you, the better you're going to be.
But if you do that, it does cost you something. How can I put it? Let me tell you, give you an example. I remember working with Olivier at the National Theatre, and he played Othello and many other parts. And he was an obsessive perfectionist. And it made him, he said that it made him ill, because he did it so much, he was so obsessed with his work, that it caused I wouldn't say mental illness, but it caused something, an imbalance in his life. And he wasn't a happy man, he told me, at that point in his life. And I think it's necessary to enjoy your life as well as being good at what you do.
I mean, the lesson out of all this, I guess, is that in the end, the life will be better if there's balance.
Yes, and I think the work is better finally as well.
To find balance, you know. Do you work hard at somehow getting a hook for the character? I mean, is that sort of part of what it is for you in terms of going from looking at a script?
Let me put it this way. I used to think that it was my job to create a hook for the character, that I had to come up with something that was going to be the definitive, you know, thing about him. Now I think my job is to discover what that hook to the character is. To
discover it rather than create it.
Than create it. Yeah, I think that before I developed enough technique to really feel as though I was doing it naturally, I would think, well, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to try this. I'll put a parrot on his shoulder, and I'll walk like that. I don't know when it sort of kicked in, but a few years ago, I said, wait a minute, there's other ways in order to do this. It has to come out from the inside.
But I'm curious how much of your personal life you actually do draw on for your work, and do you and Quentin or your directors talk about that?
For everything, yeah. Everything is drawn. It's got to be personal. You got to make it personal, or it's not, I don't know, it's just not grounded. It doesn't land. I make everything personal, to a fault.
I like repetition. There's a saying goes, repetition keeps me green.
Yeah.
I love that saying.
Repetition keeps me green.
Keeps me green, because fresh.
Right.
Because the idea that we do performances over and over again, you would say, well, doesn't that get boring or stale? But no, it's in the repetition that the creation comes, that the expression comes. Because I'll give you an example. I was doing Richard once, not particularly well, and this show was going on, and we couldn't get this court scene with a lot of people in it. I didn't understand what I was doing in the scene. So we would call rehearsals. We would rehearse it and stuff, and we would talk about it, think about it, you know, like all this kind of work where people together are trying to figure out something. And the 85th performance of Richard, I did it on my 85th entrance. I knew the court scene. I understood it. I was there. I could play it.
But not in 84.
Not in 84. I might have been getting closer, didn't realize it.
Yeah.
I gave up the ghost, I guess.